Welcome into the recap of the Cubs' 2-1 loss. Another futile offensive performance in the series finale against the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto, Canada on Thursday afternoon. I'm David Kaplan. It's brought to you by our great partners at Wintrust. Get your very own Cubs checking account at wintrust.com/Cubs or click the QR code on your screen. Another awful offensive performance. Awful. And in the eighth inning, you had every chance to not only tie the game, but take the lead. When your starting pitcher gets into the seventh inning and gives up 2 runs, unfortunately, it was in the seventh that he gave up a 2-run home run to a $500 million player in Vladimir Guerrero Jr., you should win that baseball game, especially when you're facing 40-year-old Max Scherzer, who has not been great this year. He is not. His ERA is north of 4. You had every chance, and today, he made you look as futile as you've looked all season long. Let's get into it. It's also brought to you by our great partners at Tasty Trade. Stocks, futures, crypto, options, anything you trade should be at tastytrade.com. Sign up there for an account. All right, let's get into this. The Cubs took a 1-0 lead in this game in the 6th inning. Michael Busch, a home run to center field. Hopefully he's starting to come out of it. 1-0 Chicago. And then we go to the 7th, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. against Matthew Boyd, who had pitched outstanding baseball. He was really, really good today. And Matthew Boyd threw him a breaking ball that was down a little bit. Bam! He takes it out, 2-1. And at that point, I said, that'll probably be all for us. There's no way they're going to come back. And, of course, they didn't, and they had a chance. Let's get into that in a minute. Here's our Hooters winging it starting pitching matchup. Matthew Boyd, 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. They're earned 5 Ks, 1 walk, and the 1 home run. And then Pomeranz pitched a scoreless inning in the 8th, and that was it. It was a train wreck offensively in the 8th inning. Listen to this. And I just don't understand how you keep running not only Ian Happ out there, you move him into the 2-hole. I was debating with Mark Silverman and Nick Friedel, my friends, and Sylvie wants to move Matt Shaw all the way up, and I said, leave him where he is. He's comfortable. But good Lord, don't put Ian Happ in the 2-hole. Guy's having a horrific year offensively. You can't put him in the 2-hole. I mean, what are we doing here? Why not sit him and let Suzuki, who ended up pinch hitting in the game and walking, why don't you put Suzuki there and tell Ian Happ, take a seat? Now that Owen Caissie's here, who hit a rocket his first time up, great play by the Blue Jays left fielder. He went 0 for today, but guess what? It's his first game in the big leagues. That's to be expected. But here's what happened in the 8th inning. It's enough to make you want to vomit. In the 8th inning, the Cubs get an opportunity. Matt Shaw doubles to deep left. And then they change from Scherzer to Brendan Little. Suzuki walks, pinch hitting for Michael Busch. Ian Happ, Kyle Tucker, Carson Kelly. Here you go. And they also got a ball to bounce away, a wild pitch. So you got 2nd and 3rd. And let me say one other thing. They tried to ask Ian Happ to bunt to get those guys over. And you know what the Blue Jays broadcast said? Oh, you're going to make this guy bunt? Hasn't had a sacrifice bunt since 2021. What kind of fundamentals are being taught around there? You haven't gotten a bunt down in 4 freaking years, and now we're asking you to get a bunt down? Yes, it's your job. You should be able to do it. But what the hell, man? I thought when we hired Craig Counsell, we were getting like, wow, we've got an advantage. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any kind of tactical advantage from this guy. For $8 million a year? Blech. Okay, Matt Shaw double. Suzuki walks. And here comes Happ, Tucker, and Kelly. And you know what they do? Strike out. Strike out. Strike out. See you later. Thanks for coming. That's it. And in the 9th, you get Caissie strikes out, and then you get a hit from Horner. He ends up getting the second base, and the game on the line, Dansby, Swanson. Do you get a big hit in a big spot? Absolutely not. He strikes out as well. See you later. Thanks for coming. Ball game over. This offense is so awful. It's broken, and they did nothing to try and fix it. Ian Happ in the 2-hole? Hey, Craig, $8 million a year? I haven't seen where you're worth that kind of glue. the look ahead has a series that you should do very well in. It's brought to you by our great partners at Studio 41 Home Remodeling Showrooms, Studio41.com, 13 locations. You've got the Pirates in for 3. You better play great baseball at home against that team because they stink and you don't have to face Paul Skeens. And then a 5-game series starts with a doubleheader next week at Wrigley against the Brewers. Right now, you're in a lot of trouble because your offense is broken. Cubs end up losing 2-1 player of the game. I'm going to give it to Max Scherzer. He was outstanding. And the co-player, I'll give it Vladimir Guerrero, brought to you by app.com. So pissed off. Can somebody come out of the freaking cornfields and maybe come back to life and help our offense? Because right now, we stink.